Welcome to Twisted Gaming.
Ultimate Combo.
Welcome back, everyone, at Twisted Gaming TV. Glad you're here. Today's video, we're going to talk about the price of the video game industry rising to the top. Now, have we seen high prices in the past, like in the 90s and 80s? Of course. So it shouldn't be no shock, but looking at prices from the past years makes me want to cry. Because all the pretty prices that we were like, oh man, $199 for that, oof, it's a little pricey, but and now it's like, man, I can buy 5 of those all day. So we're going to look at some stuff because Trump's tariffs, for China, where most of the stuff is rising, 145% tariffs. That's why my friend that's trying to come out with an arcade is waiting because of the tariffs, and he's trying to find other places to do the machine, build it for him so he can get production. Just a lot of crazy chaos going on in the video game industry. So we're going to look at some ads from back in the day, and then we're going to talk about what's going on lately. So like this first ad, we got GameStop. Now this was probably, I don't know, years ago. It doesn't have a date on it. But anyways, GameStop Black Friday sale. Right here we got a PlayStation 4, and you get 2 games and a controller for $249, man. Looking at that, looks beautiful. And then you get Gears of War 4 on Xbox One S. Xbox One S for $249. Wow. And then you got the PS4 dual stock controller, $64.99. Got some games, $38. And then you go on to the next one. Here's in the Call of Duty Black Ops 3 era, $34.99. Wow. Now, of course, some of these are Black Fridays, but just whatever. Just get some of the idea of the prices and stuff. Call of Duty Infinity Warfare, $60. And then we got this other ad over here. That's a PS4 with a Call of Duty World War II, $199. Man, that is a sweet spot. Then you got some games that are $15, $25, $35, $29. Now, here's one thing about the pricing now in 2025, where the prices are going up high on games. The games might be $80 in the future. I know, Mario Kart World, Nintendo, and all that's going to $80 a game if you want like physical type stuff. But you have to always remember that if you want the game when it comes out, yeah, you're gonna pay these ridiculously prices. But don't ever forget that there's Black Friday sales and Cyber Monday sales everywhere. So these games ain't always going to be $80 all the time. You know what I mean? Because most of the games that come out, they're like $60 or $70. 3 months later, shoot, they're $30. So that's what I do on a lot of my games, like some of the major titles, the AAA titles like Call of Duty and, certain others like Street Fighter. Yeah, I'll pay the full price to play it when it comes out, because that's, FOMO. Everybody else is playing the Street Fighter 6, and I want to play it, so I'm going to pay it. But, you wait, 3 to 6 months later, those games are cheap. Just always go on Amazon and check it out. And then we got this other ad, a $299 Switch, all day long, $300. Beautiful. You got Xbox and PS4 games, $26.99. That's cool. And then over here, you got another ad, Uncharted with a PS4, $299. That's cool. $35 game. Grand Theft Auto 5, $25. And then this one hits home to nostalgic. PlayStation 3, man, $5.99. Wow. That's the backwards compatible though, I believe. Yes. Yes, that's the backwards compatible that played the PlayStation 2 and PlayStation 1 games and PS3. So, yeah. But that's back in the day, $600. So, there's systems that were $600 back in the day. And then you got, the PSP, $199. I mean, lots of great prices there. And the crazy price is this ad right here with the Nintendo 64. New low price, $99. And it comes with the purple atomic controller. Those purple controllers, now sell for $150 just alone or more. A couple years ago, they were going for like $250 just for the purple controller or one of the green see-through ones if you had, the box with it, the controller box, and it made it pricey. But $99 all day on the Nintendo 64, my gosh. If I could have looked into the future back in the day, I'd have bought about 50 of those Nintendo 64s for $100 and kept them sealed. And all day, you could probably sell them for $900 to $1,000 each now, if they were sealed or whatever. But then you got Star Wars, $39.99, 1080, $39.99, and these are cartridge games. Yoshi, $39.99, Banjo and Kaboo or whatever the name is, I can't remember, $39.99, but crazy. But we are in 2025 now, and this is when it gets crazy. So now we know that not the PlayStation, but we know that the Switch 2 is $449, which is really not a bad price if you go over in the past and looked at all these other prices that systems were once before. The PS5 for $499, and you know what I'm saying? But anyways, so that it ain't too bad. The games, $80, but you just need to pick and choose these days. Like, if you're one of those collectors when a new system comes out and you buy every freaking game for it because you're one of those nuts that has to have every single game that comes out for the system, because I've known people, there's a couple of YouTube channels I've been on, like the PlayStation Ain't Dead channel. There's some of those nuts on there collect every freaking variant of the game for that system or whatever. Now, for those type of people, they're going to hurt bad. When these new systems come out, like the Switch 2, and you want to collect every game, it's going to get expensive, man. Very expensive. But I'm not one of those type of collectors. I collect games that I actually play or like the franchise. I don't buy 700 Switch games, which is nothing's wrong with that, but I'm not going to buy a game that I'm not going to play and just throw it on the shelf. You know what I mean? So I'm selective already. And then, when these game prices get higher like this or go up, I'm going to be more selective, And then some of them, if I want them, I'll just wait, 3 to 4 months when they lower the price, because they'll lower the price. They always do. But Xbox is my biggest thing that's pretty wild. And it could be because of the 145% tariffs, because their system comes from China. So wow. The Xbox X, the Galaxy type version, was $600. Now it's $729. It went up $130. Now the Xbox Series X was $499 and went up $599. Went up $100. It's $600 now. I bought one of those about a year ago on Black Friday when it was $349, $350, and sold it to my my daughter's boyfriend. So I'm glad he got it from me, because that was a great price. $350 was a great price, because now it's 6. But you got to understand, when Black Friday comes, these systems that are this pricey, which it won't be the Switch 2 because they're not going to lower that price anytime soon. But these will, they'll slash $100 or $50 off during the holidays just to push them. But yeah. Anyways, new Xbox games were $70. Now it'll be $80. The Xbox Series S was $3, was a great price, and now it's $379. So almost $400 for the Xbox Series S Third Edition console. And that's what my daughter games on. But I got hers cheap too on Black Friday, so I'm happy with that. I'm really happy that I bought all the systems and the games and stuff so far that I wanted at the time I did, because I got them at good prices, and we do not know what is going on in the future, because PlayStation hasn't raised their console price for the US yet. They did in United Kingdom, and I want to say Canada possibly, but are they going to do that in the US? Most likely. So I'm glad I got 2 PlayStation 5s, so I ain't going to worry about that. But even the Nintendo Switch 2, after the pre-orders, who knows? Those might go up in price at a later time. I mean, hopefully not, but we will see. I think most of the Switches are coming from Vietnam, so I think their factories are over there, so maybe that won't hit hard. But yeah, the tariffs sucked. The inflation sucks. Everything's going high, and our jobs, our pay is not. Our insurance goes up. Fun stuff goes up, but our pay at our jobs do not. So it's a little rougher, but you know what I mean. Do some, side hustles and stuff. I do a lot of side hustles, so I'll be fine. But anyway, just want to make this video and kind of go back on some of these old school ads. I love seeing these old school ads of all these beautiful games, man. And wow, boy, it's a good time to be alive. I love this gaming crap. Anyways, much love to everyone. Hope you have a wonderful Sunday. God bless you. Into the next video. Pieces.
Keep us going steady.